So during the entire thing, I wasn't scared at first, obviously, because we didn't know it was coming. And then as soon as we heard the crashes, I couldn't breathe. I was so scared. And then we ran out and I saw the trees everywhere. I hate thunderstorms and I hate being scared.
It's in Pinehurst, North Carolina, which is towards South Carolina, kind of more down by Charlotte, South Carolina area. We used to go every summer, the entire summer. During COVID, we lived there the entire summer. We don't go as much anymore. When I was 10, we were at my lake house kind of just for a vacation. It was towards the end of August, and our cousins were visiting us. They live in Idaho. And we had spent the day on the water. It was kind of a cloudier day. It wasn't super sunny, but it wasn't disgusting. When you can kind of feel the storm coming. It wasn't like that. It was kind of just we thought it was gonna be cloudy. We went on the boat at maybe 2 p.m. and we were out there for an hour or two. And then my grandpa, we see him waving us down from our dock area. And he was screaming for us to come in. He was hey, there's a storm coming. You don't want to be on the water. We saw it come across the water and we didn't think anything of it, but then the sky started to get super dark, and I remember all of a sudden I couldn't see that well outside. It kind of it looked like we had jumped ahead 2 hours, so we were kind of oh, that's a little weird. And then it started getting super windy and we could kind of hear the wind howling outside. And then we hear these 3 crashes kind of consecutively, and I looked to my left because we were coming out of my parents' bedroom. I looked to my left and I couldn't see out my front window because a tree had fallen in front of it. And at the time I was just holy crap, I can't see out my front window. I wasn't thinking oh my god, that's a tree. And then I look straight ahead as I was walking, and I can't see outside my kitchen window, which is right next to my screen porch. So there had been a tree that had fallen on the side of my screen porch, kind of towards the door. So we could still open the door, but you just couldn't go out. And that's where my cousins and my grandparents had been. So we were freaking out. So it turned out there had been a freak tornado that just had come out of and touched down right near us and made a path back into the other couple neighborhoods behind ours, but no one knew it was coming. So that's kind of I feel what made it worse. If I had known it was coming, I would have been able to prepare for it. My family would have been able to prepare for it, but no one knew that it would be that bad. Looking back, it wasn't as bad, but in the moment, we couldn't stay in my house anymore. We had to go all the way back to our house and stay with my grandma, and we left my parents behind to kind of deal with the damages. So I felt I was leaving my home and never going back. I was oh my gosh, my house just got destroyed. But it turned out to be fine a couple months later. Everything's back to normal. There's no lasting damage. No one got hurt. But at the time, it was the end of the world. But now it's looking back, it's not that